my dear students, how are you all? I am Vashvi, your teaching buddy, and I welcome you all to study Class 3 Science with me by Science Horizon, Acknowledge Series, a unit of Amit Publishing House. So, we are going to study chapter number 11, that is measurement. Let's move on. Let's see what all we have to study today. It is, first of all, we'll study about measurement of length, of temperature, measurement of mass, measurement of time, and measurement of capacity. So, my dear students, in our day-to-day life, we come across a lot of things which we usually measure. But हमने कभी इस चीज को बहुत ही logically नहीं सोचा that why do we measure things. So today we'll study about this. Everything in this world has certain properties. हर चीज का कुछ ना कुछ special feature होता है, quality होती है. Some properties like beauty or smell, they cannot be measured. आप measure नहीं कर सकते कि beauty को, कि who is more beautiful, या मतलब this is a thing which we usually say, but ये कोई measurement scale नहीं है beauty का या smell का या taste का. But some properties like length, mass, quantity and temperature, they can be measured accurately. So you may have seen different people using different techniques, different things. Like a tailor measures the length of cloth like using measuring tape. Then a grocer or green vegetable grocer, he uses this kind of balancing beam, तराजू जिसको हम कहते हैं, to weigh his vegetables. Then a milkman measures the quantity of milk by using this kind of tool, this kind of utensil. So in olden days, people used to measure things in many ways, like units of measurement varied from place to place. Nowadays, we use standard units of measurement. So earlier, what used to happen? कोई specific technique या tool नहीं होता था to measure things. So in primitive days, people used to use their hands, fingers, or elbow to hands to measure some kind of length or dimension. Now human being has invented a specific tool which gives exact measurement. So standard means that the same unit of measurements are used everywhere. Now measurement of length, हम length को कैसे measure करते हैं? Length means the लंबाई. Length means which is in a लंबाई जिसे हम कहते हैं, that is length of an object. It tells us how long an object is. So long ago, people did not have proper tools and units to measure length. So during that time, they used to use their body parts to measure the length of different objects. Even now, we use this method many a times, but it is not appropriate. मतलब ये exact answer नहीं देता. Why? Because हर इंसान का body part different होता है depending on their height and weight. So अगर हर 2 या 3 इंसान एक ही जगह को measure करेगा using their body parts, so answer will be different. So we have handspan like this. So like if I have to measure the screen, so I'll use like this. So using a handspan, using a footspan by walking, taking footsteps. Then cubit is like this measure, and then there is stride, like proper taking walk. मतलब कितना एक walk में एक step में difference आता है. So these were the ways of measuring. They are using body parts during old days. Now first measure the length of a table using a handspan. Then ask your father to do the same thing. As I was telling you कि हर इंसान का height or body structure different है. So now if you ask your father to first measure the table by using handspan and then you do it, or then you ask a toddler to do it, you will see that the measurement in those cases are different because you and your father have different shape and size of hands. Therefore, measuring length by using parts of a body is a faulty matter. So we need standard units of length. Meter, M-E-T-R-E, meter is the standard unit of length. The short form of meter is small m, and short lengths are measured in centimeters. So meter एक standard unit बना दिया गया है. So anything you have to measure lengthwise, we'll use the inch tape or measuring tape and we'll say कि ये इतना मीटर है. Suppose हमें shorter distance या shorter length चाहिए, so we'll measure it in centimeters. So the ruler, the meter rod and the measuring tape are some common tools which we use to measure lengths. Scales हो गए, आपके measuring tapes हो गए, then we have meter rods, measuring rods. So these are all devices used to measure the length. Now measurement of mass. Mass determines how heavy an object is. The standard unit of mass is gram. तो मास से क्या होता है, मास आपकी बॉडी का वेट बताता है कि कितनी उसका बॉडी वेट है या ऑब्जेक्ट का वेट है. सो इट इज मेजर्ड इन ग्राम. The short form of gram is small g and gram is used to measure light objects. Light objects के लिए gram and heavier objects के लिए we use kilogram. So light objects like pencil, eraser, chocolate bar, paper, like those things. And heavy objects like grains, fruits and iron rods or anything which are very heavy, they are measured in kilograms. So there are many kinds of machine which are used to measure mass. These are weighing machine. आपने इस टाइप की weighing machines देखी होगी. We have balancing scale like this and we have hanging scale like this. So they measure the mass of an object. Measurement of capacity. Capacity क्या होता है? It is the amount of liquid a container can hold. So since we all know that liquid का खुद का कोई shape या size नहीं होता है, so when it is poured in a container, it occupies the shape or volume of that container. So that is called the capacity. So what happens? Each of them, अगर different type के आप bottles, jars, containers ले, so each of them has different amount of liquid stored in it. So this means that they have different capacities. The standard unit of capacity is liter and it is denoted as small l, and it is used to measure quantities of milk, oil, और अगर आप smaller quantity measure करना चाहते हैं, so that is used in milliliter. So liters बड़े capacity measure करने के लिए है, milliliters to measure the smaller capacity of liquid. As medicines and cold drinks, shampoos, they are measured in ml, milliliter, and short form of milliliter is ml. So measuring cans and jars, they are commonly used for measuring capacity. So when you drink cold drink or juice, आप उसके पीछे देखना, उसमें उसका capacity लिखा होता है, that it is 600 milliliter bottle या 2 liter bottle या 3 liter bottle. तो इस तरह से उसके पीछे capacity दी होती है. So that is the capacity of the liquid it is having. Measurement of temperature. So temperature tells us how hot or cold an object is. We measure the temperature of not only object but also of the air around us. It gives us an idea about how the temperature is outside. So temperature, when in summers we say na, आज 42 degree centigrade हो गया. In winters we say today it's -2, -3 in cold areas. So this is the temperature we record about the air around us. Some of the units of measuring the temperature are Kelvin, that is K, degree that is in degree Celsius or centigrade, degree Fahrenheit, that is like this. Among these, degree centigrade is the most common unit, while body temperature को हम Fahrenheit में measure करते हैं. Thermometer is an instrument which is used for measuring temperature. So which tool is used to measure temperature? Thermometer. There are many kinds of thermometers which are clinical thermometer. When you fall sick, हमें घर पे या डॉक्टर के यहाँ we use such kind of thermometer which calculates our body temperature. We have digital thermometer also like this, which again calculates or measures our body temperature. Then there is room thermometer, which measures the temperature of the air or of the atmosphere around the room. So the body temperature of a normal human being is 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. अगर ये temperature किसी human being का है, so he is supposed to be a healthy human being. Now measurement of time. Time is the period or the moment in which something is happening. So in ancient times, people used to use or see natural events like sunrise, sunset. इस तरह से वो अपना time record करते थे. So they used to calculate their time according to the sunset, sunrise, or different phases of moon during the time. So we have several kinds of clocks and watches now. अब हमारे पास स्मार्ट वॉच भी है, डिजिटल वॉचेस है, मोबाइल्स है to check on the time. The units for measuring shorter periods of time are second. So सबसे short unit क्या होता है? Second, then minute and then hour. Correct? Now days, week, months, year, they are also there to measure the time which is of longer periods. So we have clock, we have wall clock, we have electronic digital watches or clock. So ये क्या measure करता है? Measurement of time. So let's recall quickly. An object has certain properties. Some can be measured, some cannot. Nowadays we have standard units of measurement and people use their body parts earlier in primitive years to measure length. Now meter and centimeter are standard units of length. Gram and kilogram are standard units of mass. Liter and milliliter are again standard units of capacity. Kelvin, the degree Celsius and the degree Fahrenheit are the units of temperature. Correct? Now it was again very simple and easy chapter. Let's quickly try to answer some questions. Why are body parts not suitable for measuring length? So as I told you, I gave an example of measuring a same object with your father and doing the same with you. So answer differ करता है. Why? Because every individual or every human body is different in shape and sizes. So अगर हम एक ही object को different human being से measure कराएंगे, answer will be different. So it doesn't give an accurate answer. What units are used to measure large and small quantities of liquids? So for large quantities we use liter and for smaller versions, smaller quantities, capacity, we use milliliter. Draw a measuring jar and a thermometer. So there while studying the chapter, हमने देखा था there were so many measuring jars, pictures of measuring jars. So you can pick any of them and draw a diagram and also a thermometer. What are the different units of temperature and which one of them is the most common? So different units of temperature are degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit and Kelvin. So the most common is degree Celsius. How did ancient people measure time? So ancient people, they used to use their body parts to calculate or measure their, alright, so sorry, for their measurement of time, they used to check the activities, natural activities like sunset, sunrise and the locations and positions of moon around the year or around the daytime. So this is all about this chapter. This was again very interesting chapter. But my dear students, please learn the chapter sincerely and try again on your own to answer all the questions. Till then, stay excited for the clap of our next video and stay happy and healthy. Thank you so much.